Hello everybody, I am so proud to announce the new upgrade. As you can see, no longer, I've taken the plastic off the old frame and I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. No longer am I growing in a PVC painter's plastic greenhouse. I have a real one. I'm so excited. Because I still like the brassavolas and stuff are out over here and the rhyncholaelias, but most everything else is in here that was in the greenhouse or needed to be in here. So let's not waste any time, shall I? Let's go take a look. As you can see, I've got a few things in here. I've got my heater fan, which I don't use as a heater right now. I just turned it on to fan mode. And a box fan. Let me shut the door so I don't let mosquitoes in. I think I've already let a couple in. But I've got all my shelves set up. My little cable thing is tied up. Got my water in here. Everything's kind of segregated off in where it was before with a little bit of a rearrangement based off of their light needs. And so I got a few things up here. Like I've got a couple carnivorous plants. My Drosera that's recovering from too much sun, and my butterwort, which is looking good. And of course, like my dendrobium, a fading final flower on this spike of Ringtonia Pacific Paranoia. But don't worry, I got another spike here. And bulb phals hanging from here. You haven't seen this one in a while because it's been outside. But I've got a few things hanging. That hook there is where Coryanthes macrantha hangs, but I broke the strings on it, so I have to rehang it. Bulbophyllum concinum. And a couple other mounted bulbophyllums over there that are both conveniently facing the other direction, including my Vandacostylus lucinieri. So, I mean, some of the things that you've seen before in bloom are still in bloom or spike. Galliandra boweri is in spike again. Here's the last flower of the path, Chenille formosa. The other one fell off just a few days ago. Dendrobium green lantern. Princess Kailuani is opening up another flower on its second spike. This is the first spike with the flower. 3 flowers open on LOC Magic Panther, 7 flowers and 6 buds on Valentinii. You can see that purple glow really coming through around the center. Ying Ying blueberries making progress. Cuculata's got its final flower still open. This was the youngest one that opened a ways later of the others. This one's new, I think, though. This is Proseccia radiata crossed on Encyclia alata. You can see the form takes very much after the alata parent, but it's got stripes on the lip. It's positioned a little bit more upright. There's like a median between the upright, non-recipient nature of radiata and the outward-facing alata. And of course, we've got one of my Hoyas in here. Another one of my Hoyas in here. This is Lacunosa, which has got tons of buds loaded on it. So yeah, of course, my new pitchers. This one should be opening up any day now on Sanguinea. But yeah, so everything's in here. Everything's pretty tidy, ready to go. Everything's been in here for a few days now. I opened this vent during the hot part of the day and close it once the sun sets, so that I don't let bugs and animals in, but I'm thinking I might pop it open just a little bit later. And my thermostat right there is plugged in. This little fan is hooked up to it. Of course, it's not doing much now because I closed the vent, but this little fan here helps push the air out of the vent, the hot air as it rises. But this greenhouse is waterproof. I've got a paver floor. I need to fill in that space with sand, though, because that was the only spot that I couldn't get the tiles to line up with. But I got pavers for a floor, so I've got a solid floor that I can put water on and not get muddy. And it's 6 foot by 8 foot by 7 foot tall, so it is smaller than my 10 foot by 10 foot previous greenhouse, but I don't care. It's much nicer. It took 2 days to build, and I still have tons of room to put plants. Of course, I don't have to fill it up right away, I know that, but I've got tons of room for new acquisitions. The brightest things are on this side. The warm-growing phals, I grow them pretty bright, so they're over here, and more warm-growing phals. My Nepenthes, and a couple other assorted things, like a bulbophyllum and a grammatophyllum. The cats and maxillarias and stuff are up here. Consinum, I go pretty bright, so I hang it up here as well. But there's a layer of shade cloth over the top half, just because this place does get a lot of sun, so it does get pretty warm. My little path, still blooming, looking fabulous. I love it. It didn't open as flat as some others I've seen, however, but it's got nice rounded shape and beautiful pattern. So I'm super in love with that. But yeah, so it's watertight. It's going to be easier to heat and cool because it's not made of thin plastic. It's made of a tougher polycarbonate with 2 layers. It's like a layer and then a layer with air in between them. And of course the vent, and it's much easier to cool and circulate air around because it's a little smaller. And of course I'm tall enough to stand up in it, so I can stand up straight, and even on my tippy toes I can't reach the ceiling. But if I open the vent, like crack the vent open, you can see that it opens. But yeah. So I just want to do a quick little video showing you guys my new greenhouse and all the plants inside. As soon as more starts happening, I will be sure to do another video, because I've got lots of things that are going to be coming soon. This is Phalaenopsis violacea. And then over here, Phalaenopsis samara. This was a heat-damaged import rescue that I was sent, and I got it to spike. So I got 2 buds coming there. So yeah, a lot of happy plants. Since it's only been a few days, I can't say the greenhouse is exactly why they're so happy, but they're doing pretty well now. Everything seems to be growing still, and nothing took a break. Valentinii has actually opened another flower already since the greenhouse change. And I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to have this, and of course we had an agreement in place for if I were to get something like this. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoy this little video showing my new greenhouse. I am so happy with it, so grateful that I was able to get it, and I will work my hardest to make sure that it stays clean, tidy, and works on the property for my godparents. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon.